All right, with that, bring this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is a reading of the approval of the minutes, October 21st, 2025. May I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second. Okay. Any questions or comments about the minutes? Very well. All those in favor of approval say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed say nay. Okay, minutes are approved. Thank you, council. Second is the reading approval of the minutes for the October 28th, 2025 workshop that we held last Tuesday. May I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about the minutes on the workshop? All right. All those in favor of approval say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay. Minutes are approved. Thank you, council. Reading approval of the minutes, October 28th, 2025 special meeting. May I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented? May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions about the minutes on that one? Very well. All those in favor of approval say aye. If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, those minutes are approved. Thank you, council. Next up is public comments. We only have 3 tonight. As everyone knows, you got 3 minutes. The clock is over here. Our new recorder treasurer, gosh, Evan? Yes. Dewey. I see, he's got me wanting to say Dewey too. I had to be real careful. And who let you, it's your first day here, you get to run a clock. I don't know. Anyway, you will see if you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds into it, you'll see that you only have 30 seconds remaining. Please try to keep it at 3 minutes. The last thing I'd like to do is cut someone off. So just pay attention to the clock. And first up, Mary West.
Start the clock. Make sure it starts too.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And I'll be done before 3 minutes because I'm too tall for you to cut me off. Once again, I'm still asking about LaRue and the speed humps. Now, it's getting ready to snow. We know this. But would you please do some asphalt ones so it wouldn't be no bad issues happening down there. The snowplow can go through the asphalt. But I can't go through the asphalt again. Okay? So, Mayor, you even came down through there today and almost run me off the road.
That's because you were playing hopscotch in the middle of the road with your buddies.
I was trying to spell your name.
Anyway, it is true. She was out in the road when I drove down her road today.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to be out in the road, slowing them down some. So if you all can help with that, it would be greatly appreciated.
Very good.
And also, if, I ride through Beckley and I see all these streets that people are speeding all over and they come in trying to ask me, how did I get that one little speed hump down there? And I told them to show up and talk to you guys. But something needs to be done. If people can't do the speed, then, tell them to stop going to Walmart getting their driver's license. Because that's where they're getting these licenses from, speeding all through Beckley like they are. And we don't need another person getting killed because people don't know how to drive. So you all can do that and make sure that everything is on the up and up. It'd be a wonderful thing. So all of you, be blessed and think about me when you think about speed humps, please.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. If we do have anyone, do we have anyone listening online?
We do not.
Okay, very well. We'll bring up next Danielle Stewart.
Good evening, and thank you all for allowing me to speak.
Good evening.
Where did the ARPA money go? That was a question many of you asked, including those who were on council during COVID, as well as those who are new to council. As you now know, those millions of dollars were nickeled and dimed away to support the city administration's pet projects, and almost none of it went to actually helping the city residents. When you finally realized what happened, most of you were very angry over how the money was spent. Welcome to ARPA 2.0, also known as the opioid settlement money. Shortly, you're going to be asked to vote on allocating opioid settlement funds for the purchase of cameras for the police. I 100% support getting cameras for the police, but I'm 100% against using opioid settlement funds to do so. There is plenty of money in the general fund to get these cameras. The administration is just looking for an easy way to protect their current pet projects instead of purchasing things the city really needs, like the cameras. Make them do the work and find the funds. The opioid settlement funds are intended to connect people who need help to the help they need, to address the needs of pregnant women and their families, to prevent overdose deaths and other opioid-related injuries, and for prevention programs. Can you use the funds for law enforcement? Yes. Should you? No, not with the greater needs in the community. The administration will tell you nobody is applying to use these funds, and that just highlights the failure of the administration to understand the problems of our residents and the failure to develop an actual plan for the use of the funds. I've provided all of you with what right looks like based on the City of Solutions Guide. After 2 months, what's the status? Are you going to develop a plan of action? Are you going to hire someone to help you manage the program? Or are you going to let the city administration nickel and dime the funds to zero while the enormous problems of our city are left unaddressed? When asked to approve the use of these funds, ask these questions. How many families will benefit? How many children will this affect? Does this directly address issues caused by substance use disorder? Are we using the funds to get additional funds from the state and federal governments? Be discerning and make sure the funds are used right. Let's set the conditions for success in our community so our future residents won't have to ask where the money went, because they will see the positive impact your due diligence has had on the city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Tom Mosley.
Good, how are you?
Okay. I want to first commend this council for working together to address the panhandling situation we have. You know, while it's important that we protect constitutional rights and we take care of the needy, it's also important to stop fear and terrorism in our streets. I don't know about you all, I've been up to Harper Road maybe 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I've been stopped every time I got out of my car. You know, it's Walgreens, Sheetz, you can't get out of your vehicle without having that happen. And that falls under aggressive panhandling, which is a whole different scenario. But I do want to thank you all and commend all of you to work together to do that. Secondly, I'd like to talk to you about sidewalks. You know, we got all the handicap sidewalks put in place on the corners, and the rest of the sidewalks are embarrassing. It doesn't take long to cut the grass and the weeds out on the side, and trust me, my wife puts in work on it every summer on our stone walks. But we need to get that cleaned up and start some repairs. I don't know if there's grants or something we can apply for, but we've got to get this sidewalk straightened up. And then lastly, just like Ray West said, the speeding is atrocious. I still invite any of you to come out with a lawn chair and get some tickets and some popcorn to watch the race that goes by my house. But I don't know if speed bumps are what the answer is, but there's got to be a solution that works for everyone to get some of this to stop. I mean, it's just out of control. It's every neighborhood. It's not just Hull Street or Rouge Street. It's all of them. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, sure, no problem. So if there's anyone listening by phone or by computer, we'll give you a few seconds if you would like to speak. If you're calling by phone, just dial *3 to raise your hand, and you'll be recognized. Or if you're connected by computer, just click on the hand icon on your participants panel, and we'll wait 30 seconds or so and see if there's anybody on there. Thank you, John. Still good?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on then to brief comments from city manager and council members. Janine, you want to start?
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I wanted to tell Susan, thank you for completing this proclamation for me for Pastor Sandra Jackson. She's having a banquet this weekend at Calvary Assembly, so I'll make sure that she gets this. And I had some questions in reference to the Veterans Nursing Home. Have you all heard any more information concerning?
Out there in Pinecrest?
No, no, ma'am.
Off on.
Okay. Okay. And also, the deadline for applying for the opioid funds, is that
The
already over?
The deadline is passed, and
It's
we
passed.
have between probably 14 to 20 applications. So I will get those gathered up. Angela is doing that now for the council members. We also have 3 members from the public that's going to be on the committee for informational purposes only. They will not have voting rights, but they will provide information as far as their organizations and other organizations within the city of Beckley.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
But we do have several applications. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And also, I wanted to mention, I had mentioned also about sidewalks on South Fayette Street and South Kanoa. I know when we had attended, several of us attended the Municipal League conference there in Charleston, and it was a person there that was telling us basically how we could go about getting sidewalks in the city. So I would like to discuss that more with you, Mr. Gerald, at a later date. And the land banks, that still is not on the agenda. Will that be on the agenda for the next meeting?
There's a good possibility of that. We're still putting together the names of those, getting confirmation of those that are willing to serve.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, Kip?
Just kind of a few things I touched on last week. I know I've been down North Vance a few times, and Chief Bailey, I've seen a couple cop cars sitting on North Vance. Thank you for that. We talked about the opioid board. We got moving on that. Land reuse, we're moving on that. I talked to Leslie after the meeting, and last week in Black Knight, our golf course is now closed. Maybe next month or two. I know you got the Christmas season. Maybe have a workshop on Black Knight, if that's all right with you. And then the pet park, I haven't heard anything about the pet park, but I think that's something. And just a couple of new ideas. I talked to Natalie real briefly. I had a couple reach out to me about, and I know it's Robert C. Byrd Drive, that's a state highway, correct?
Yeah.
They talk about maybe doing a crosswalk or put lights on flashing from Wildwood across the road. I don't know if there's anything we can do, which I don't think we can. But that's just
Are you
brought to my
talking about the
attention.
crosswalk that's going to cross?
No, just like a crosswalk in the street, median, or
Some blinking lights or something.
blinking light, something.
We do not have the
Authority
That's
to
what,
do
that's
that.
what I thought,
It has to be. the
but it has
state.
been brought to my attention
Right.
since the accident down there.
Certain.
And then another thing I'll just talk about briefly is I've talked to Chief Bailey 2 or 3 times. And my job, part of my job is to take people to treatment, and I've taken 3 now, directly resulted from Heather Williams, but I've only taken 1 from inside your office, the jail. Every one of his offers stopped by while I was waiting, talked to the guy, lifted his morale. Your officers were just so great. Everyone stopped me. I just appreciate that. That young kid going down there was just so excited to go to treatment. But I mean, he felt better. He felt better about his chances just because you all were so nice to him. Thank you all so much for doing that. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Kip. Frank?
Yes, first I'd like to thank Public Works. I don't know if they did the paving or whoever did the paving, it was contract out, but Ewart Avenue is looking good. I surely appreciate that. And then also, as far as like the crosswalk there where the incident happened, maybe they could put a bridge over the street. Because even with a crosswalk, when the cars come around the curve, they come around the curve flying. But looking at a bridge, maybe to go from one end to the other end, and then get some sidewalks out there. That's one of the biggest things, is the sidewalks. And then also, Hard Guard Ministry is having our men's conference that starts Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to have some excellent speakers Thursday night, and then also all day Friday. And then also, we're going to have a prayer breakfast Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Anyone want to eat breakfast, please come. You don't have to go to McDonald's, it's free, but that's just for men only. I mean, it's not a kitchen, just for men only. Oh, I can cook. I ain't never, I'll never stall. But that's it.
Is it, okay, thank you, Frank. Nancy?
I just want to thank Chief Bailey for the coverage of the police on Halloween. We had well over 600 trick-or-treaters. I gave out a candy at 7:30, and I had, 2,000 to 3,000 pieces of candy. So but it was a fun evening. But thank you. The coverage was great.
On a serious note, first of all, Janine, I saw your post today about Family Dollar possibly being removed from your neighborhood. You and I stood on the picket line with the postal workers because they took away the post office from that ward. What do we need to do to make sure that you at least have a store there? Do you think that that petition was effective, or do we as a council need to do something?
I'm waiting to hear back. I did hear something from the corporate office, and I'm just waiting to hear
Okay.
back from them. So as soon as I hear something else, I'll get in touch with you and let
Okay.
you know.
Thank you.
And Delicate Root is also trying to assist.
Frank, did they finally uncover the church that you showed me in your neighborhood that day I couldn't see?
No, well, I talked to Donnie, earlier today, and it should be torn down the next month, so. But it's still there, in the other house, but they're working on it. I got confidence in it.
Good deal. And the other serious thing is the gentleman who was killed in that accident, who lived at Wildwood Apartments, is a constituent of mine, and the social worker there has been in touch with me and with Kip. We've got to do something. That is the fourth person killed in that area in the past several years. Those people have no way to get to the store on their own without crossing some of them on foot. The gentleman who died in that accident actually was going back and forth to get things for other people in that complex. We've got to do something there. We've got to they don't have a van, so they can't transport their own people. We've got to help. You know, that's, I think, 171 units in that apartment building.
Big place.
Yeah, we've got to help. I can't stand the thought of losing a constituent that way. It's bad enough to lose somebody, but in an accident, we've got to find a solution to that problem. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we could talk to New River Transit. Kip said maybe seed sowers could help, but crossing on foot, and some of them crossing on those scooters, that's too dangerous. And as we've said, you know, people come around the curve and down the hill, and they don't regulate their own speed. We've got to do something there. I do want to thank all the departments for everything you do. I mean, I was on the radio this morning talking about Beckley events, and Jill messaged me and said, oh, by the way, this is happening. So I was able to tell them that while I was on the air. Mr. Boland, thank you for the hidden entry sign. Ed, thank you for answering my questions. The other day, we have a problem with burning brush, which is right out of city limits, but still kind of close to my ward, and some of the residents are worried that they're going to get burned out of their homes if we don't do something about it. So I guess that's about all I have to say, but thank you all. I see the guys out at work all the time. I appreciate that. Thank all of you.
Mike, real quick, November 17th begins like fall leaf cleanup. Do you want to comment a little bit more about that? Is that weekly or every other week, or?
It's gonna be until we get done. We'll start Ward 1 and work our way through to Ward 5. Until we're done, we'll keep picking up.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where you live in the city as long as you put them up?
Ward 1, then we'll
On-
start Ward 2, then Ward 3, and then
Okay, but the days of the week, it wasn't, okay, I got you. I got you, okay.
Ward 3. I mean, you might be on Maxwell Hill for 3 days, and you just don't tell how many leaves you got.
I don't have any leaves, I'm good, but I appreciate you. And then our Veterans Day Parade is November 11th. Jill, you want to speak a little bit about that? I know we have a luncheon. I remember going to that at West Virginia Tech last year afterwards. It was well attended. Go ahead.
The Veterans Parade's always November the 11th at 11 a.m. unless it falls on a Sunday. It's on a Tuesday this year. We're still taking entries for that. After the parade, we have a veterans luncheon at the WVU Tech building there on Neville Street, free for veterans, while this class lasts. We'll have a few band performances over at the Bill Withers Plaza as well. And then I know they're doing some things later in the afternoon over at the new Veterans Museum and First Responders Museum.
Thank you, Jill. And lastly, tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., hopefully everybody knows about it. It's a big deal. Beckley, the city of Beckley, will be hosting the state soccer tournament at the YMCA soccer fields. There's 24 teams. I was talking to the athletic director, Andrew Pinnock, about it. 24 teams, 16 of them will be staying in hotels. I mean, it's a huge event for our city, and we're actually very fortunate. I know Andrew Pinnock worked hard getting sponsors. I know the city's one of the sponsors. Kip contributed some of his money to it. The county was great in it. But anyway, they had to raise $25,000. That's what it cost our high school, the only high school in the city limits, $25,000 to host this. And when you think about Charleston and Huntington and Wheeling, I was up at the state golf tournament up in Wheeling, just the energy around the place. And here we get to host a major sporting event like soccer. I know last year when we went to the games, we were well represented. Jill, we had good signage out there, city of Beckley, and yeah, we're gonna put it up. And but anyway, the stands were packed last year. Woodrow Wilson comes in as the #1 seed and has a chance to repeat. So it's a really exciting weekend for our city, and look forward to seeing everybody out there. Sherry?
Yeah, this year Woodrow is Quad A this year. Last year they were Triple A, so there's a new division this year, an extra day. I always like to acknowledge when our future leaders of tomorrow excel. And this past Saturday at the cross-country state championship, Woodrow Wilson cross-country runner Kyle Peters finished in 5th place in the West Virginia State Championship, earning first team All-State honors. Last year he was 46th. That shows his perseverance and how hard he's worked. This season, Kyle won 5 individual races, including the Mountain State Athletic Conference and the South Regional Championships, where he ran a season best 15 minutes and 38 seconds for the 3.1 mile course. He was also named the Mountain State Athletic Conference Runner of the Year. Congratulations to Kyle and his teammates who finished in the 7th place as a team. And icing on the cake is Coach George Barbera was named Cross Country Coach of the Year. So congratulations to Coach Barbera. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you, Sherry. Cody?
Yeah, I think a lot of my stuff has been covered, but I do thank Jill for this handout with all the events coming up, basically November through December. One that I'm excited for that me and my family enjoyed a lot last year was on December 1st, the Christmas tree lighting ceremony uptown. That was a really cool event, so definitely will have that one on my calendar. Just want to thank Chief Bailey, Donnie Morgan. They've helped me in the last week or two with some situations that I've had come up. I was gone for a little bit of time, and I come back with, I think, 3 or 4 property questions, and contacted Mr. Morgan, and he helped me out immediately on them. So very good. Appreciate it.
Mr. Gerald?
I'd just like to thank my staff as usual. I'd like to welcome Evan Dewey as Recorder Treasurer. I'd like to thank Chief Thompson. His man was at the Cross Point Church today doing CPR training and handing out literature on fire prevention. And I'd like to thank Chief Bailey and everybody else that solved some of the problems that we had this week in crimes. But I'd like to thank everybody. Mike, thank you for the signs and all the work your admin does, and Leslie and Jill and everybody, okay? And Susan for taking care of me. How's that? Thank you all. I appreciate you. That's all I got.
Evan, is there anything you'd like to say? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Oh, no, other than just thank everyone for the opportunity. And the first couple of days have been great. Everybody's been more than helpful and stopping by and saying hi. So I look forward to getting to know everybody and trying to find a way to be helpful and make everyone successful.
Okay, very good. Sherry?
And I I'm sorry, I was remiss in not acknowledging that Woodrow Wilson's volleyball team is going to the state volleyball championship. And if anybody is on the front page of Sports Today is a wonderful young woman that is there doing a dig, London Baker, God bless her heart. And yeah, we've got a lot of great athletes on that team, so I wanted to acknowledge them.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the second reading of amendment to City of Beckley Code Section 10-54. I was supposed to turn this over to Mr. Fowle, but he had to leave, so Mr. Gerald, do you want to comment on it again real quick?
Sure, I'll certainly, on the second reading, I'll certainly read it. Section 10-54, sale of gift of tobacco products, including vapor products, to persons younger than 21 years of age. Penalties for first and subsequent offenses, provision of non-criminal, non-monetary penalties. A person, firm, corporation, or business entity may not sell, give, or furnish, or cause to be sold, given, or furnished any tobacco product in any form, including vapor products, to any person younger than 21 years of age, which shall be verified by a valid driver's license, state identification card, or any valid, non-expired, federally issued identification card, such as a passport or military identification card. Section B, any firm, corporation, or business entity that violates provisions of subsection A of this section, and any individual who violates the provision of subsection A is guilty of a misdemeanor, and upon conviction thereof shall be fined $250 for the first offense. Upon any subsequent violation at the same location or operating unit, the firm, corporation, or business entity or the individual shall be fined as follows: at least $500, but no more than $750 for the second offense. If it occurs within 2 years of the first offense, at least $750, but no more than $1,000 for the third offense. If it occurs within 2 years of the first conviction, and at least $2,000, but no more than $5,000 for subsequent offenses. If the subsequent offense occurs within 5 years of the first conviction. Section C, any person who violates subsection A of this section while acting as a non-management agent or employee of a retail outlet where tobacco products are sold is subject to non-criminal, non-monetary penalties, including but not limited to educational classes, diversion programs, and community service. Standards for educational classes, diversion programs, and community service shall be based upon rules promulgated by the Alcohol Beverage Control Commissioner pursuant to West Virginia Code 29A-3-1. Resolution for one-time pace. Oh, that's it.
All right.
I'm sorry. I was getting ready to go to the other ordinance.
There we go. All right.
But
with
anyway,
that-
that's the second reading.
With that, may I have a motion to approve the ordinance as presented?
Mayor Dale, it's an ordinance second reading, you have to open up for public comment.
That's what I asked you. You said no.
I did not.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So do we, that's what I thought. I did ask you that.
Public comments and-
to town hall?
I didn't hear you.
You do
So-
public comments, and then we'll do a motion, and then we have discussion if we have a motion in a second.
So do we just open it up to?
Sure.
Yes, open up to the
Go ahead,
public.
Mr. Gerald. This is your
Open it up for public comments.
public comments.
Doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't seem to
See
be
what you
any.
started.
With no,
Doesn't seem to be any.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
That you don't see, there doesn't seem to be any public
Okay.
comments, and you should close it.
There doesn't seem to be any public comments, so we'll close it for public comments.
Thank you, Mr. Gerald. Now, may I have a motion to approve the ordinance as presented?
So moved.
And thank you.
May I have a
Thank you.
second?
Second.
Any member of council have any questions for Mr. Gerald about the ordinance?
When is this going to affect?
Immediately, yes, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Frank.
No, I would just like to make a comment that Kelly Ganu, she has done an excellent job in helping and assisting in writing these ordinances. So I just wanted to say thank you to her.
Yeah,
Yes.
Definite
You're
big
100%
thanks.
correct
Thanks to
about that.
Kelly, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, with that, all those in favor of approving the ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, the ordinance is approved. Thank you, council. Moving on to adoption of resolution, one-time pay supplement for all full-time city employees. Again, I'll turn it over to Mr. Gerald for more on this.
Okay, what this is a supplement that started back in 2006. And what we have to do is present it to council for approval. It's a one-time supplement, and it's given every year and been approved every year, except, according to me, is from 2013 to 2015. They missed some dates here. But anyway, in the past 8 years, 9 years, it's been passed by the council. So I can read it if you like, but I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the resolution as presented?
So move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any member of council have any questions for Mr. Gerald on the resolution?
Full-time employees
Yes.
Yes, sir.
only?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
I understand.
yes, sir.
Any other questions? Very well. All those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, the resolution is approved. Thank you, council. Next, old business, and this is the approval of amendment contributions list. Again, I'll turn it over to Mr. Gerald.
What this is, it's like I presented at the workshop. When we voted to do the donations and contributions, we had one of the requesters, Crime Stoppers, request $20,000. And on research, I found out that we was not the only one getting the benefits of Crime Stoppers, but we was the only one that was funding Crime Stoppers. So I asked the Sheriff Pretty to go back to the county commission and see if they would fund half of it and the city would fund half of it. And at that time, I did not have an answer, but later on, they did fund half of it. So I'm coming back to you all saying that we need to reduce their donation from $20,000 to $10,000. Of course, the $20,000 is currently in the budget. If you want to keep the $20,000 this year, that's fine. That's up to you as a voter. But I'm recommending that we reduce it to $10,000, the donation, since county commission gave them $10,000.
Was that not already changed? This is just the,
He just brought it up in the workshop.
Yes,
On it.
yes, I had to bring it up because y'all voted on a donation list that said $20,000. We did not know at that time whether the county commission was going to assist us in funding Crime Stoppers, but later on they did, and I wanted to make sure that you all knew it. So I brought it back up on the work session and also bringing it back up on the council to see if you want to approve it to reduce theirs to $10,000.
reduce it from 20,000 to 10,000 with the county maximum 10,000.
Let's, or Chief Bailey. Oh, that's who you are. Okay, sorry. I didn't recognize you with,
What do you want to ask?
What?
I
are you
guess we
asking?
really want to know if that's enough to fund it.
Well, I mean, that is the amount that Crime Stoppers has gotten from the city
Okay,
for the last several years.
so our contribution in theirs is
We
enough.
have a very diverse group of entities funding it. So, I mean, you know, obviously every amount helps, but they are now getting 10 from the county, 10 from here. It's not going to change the amount that they're receiving.
Anybody else?
You can operate on that amount.
Yes, yes,
Let's
ma'am. It
put the
is-
motion on the floor first.
That's one of those issues, I don't
And then
think
you ask
the
questions.
hits come in that we pay rewards for tomorrow, and that could, you know, take a significant chunk of those funds, we just don't know. They pay up to $5,000 for like a homicide case, could potentially get $5,000 for rental and arrest. So it's really, and that's one of our hesitations, has always been that there's not a real nest egg, if you will. So if that occurred, or a cold case or something like that, then that would drain that fund really quickly. But it's really hard to tell when that may or may not ever happen, you know. Definitely a difficult thing to forecast.
I mean, this is just my opinion. If it's already in the budget for 20,000,
Let's bring the
I
motion
just
on
think
the-
there
let's bring the motion on the floor
May I
and then we'll have
speak?
discussion about it. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the amendment to the contribution list as described by Mr. Gerald?
So move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, now does anybody have any questions for Mr. Gerald about this?
We can use the 10,000 somewhere else.
Yeah, I remember, I really, if it's already in the budget for Crime Stoppers for 20,000, that's just my opinion. I think that they should just remain with Crime Stoppers. I know we have other things to do, but I'm just, to do that.
They're still getting the 20,000. The county just stepped in as giving the other 10. They said they'd be
matching
a
our 10.
shareholder with us, where they have never done it
But they're
before. So that
We have-
$10,000 could go elsewhere. They're still getting the $20,000.
Sure.
The county has just never helped us before, but Sheriff Pretty has offered, after Mr. Gerald spoke to him, to help us cover the cost, where we've always taken the cost.
Of 20, so
Of
now you're not,
20,000.
you're not going to be diminished any,
No,
any,
they're
okay,
just
okay.
not
Okay,
20,000.
okay, okay.
They're still getting 20,000.
They're
It's
gonna
just
see-
costing us
It's 10.
10,000 because the
Okay.
county
I
stepped up
got
to
you.
help.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you, Cody.
Okay.
Any other questions?
For that
No problem.
clarification. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. All those in
Thank you.
favor say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone
Okay.
opposed, say nay.
I just-
Okay, the contribution list is
Yeah,
approved, the amended contribution list is approved. Thank you, council. Next up is new business, and first item is the approval of panhandling signage. At this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Gerald for more information about the signage.
I'd like to thank Mike Boland and his staff for this sign, so this is just the beginning, so.
Looks great.
This will go at different areas. We are going to prohibit some intersections totally from being panhandled. In other words, what this is basically, if you want to help panhandling, instead of reaching out of your car and handing people cash or vice versa, you can call 211, which is the United Way. And they will donate to other organizations such as Salvation Armies to feed the homeless and to feed the other people and to get them IDs and so forth. We're just telling them, instead of donating to panhandlers, call 211 and donate it to United Way. Okay? That's basically
Very
what we
good.
got. So
Thank you,
we'll
Mr.
start
Gerald.
this, we'll start this at several intersections with your approval. And then some intersections, like I said, it's too dangerous to panhandle. I'm gonna be honest about it. It's too dangerous for those people to be at those intersections when you got cars going left, right, straight, whatever, okay? But anyway,
Thank you, Mr. Gerald. May I have a motion to approve the signage for panhandling as presented? Mr.
moved.
Gerald? I have a
Second.
second? Are there any questions or comments for Mr. Gerald?
Can you tell us, Mr. Gerald, where some of the places will be, where the sign?
that's
Great
no
question.
panhandling?
So,
That's no panhandling? I can ask Chief Bailey right here to name a few.
I don't have a list on it, but there's like 5.
One of them's out there at the intersection in front of LNS Toyota. Okay? CVS is a bad place,
Harper Road.
On machines.
okay?
Sheets at Walgreens.
And we'll have to work with the civic organizations to determine, like their car washes and those types of things. You know, a lot of kids just stand out there so close to the road with their signs that we need to help them out also, okay? But we'll certainly do that.
One other point, Sherry Hunter and I actually talked to Trina, because when we talked to the Salvation Army, you know, if it just went to a general fund at the United Way, I was not, and I don't know how everybody else felt. But we talked about, we felt like it wasn't pointless, but it would not really have the effect that it would if she would assure us, and she did on the telephone, that if you call 211, if you see these signs and you call 211, that money is guaranteed to go to food pantries in the city limits, including the Salvation Army. So you know when you call, and the best thing is it's not an automated, somebody actually picks up the phone. We actually called it after the meeting last week, and a girl answered the phone and say, hey, how can I help? So I really think this is a great thing for our city. I think it'll go a long ways. You know, if you donate, if you call 211 and you donate, you know that money is going to food. Salvation Army and some of the other places in Beckley provide food for these people that, you know, may not have much or stand on the street. But the whole point too is safety. It is a dangerous situation that some of these stoplights that turns green and 6 cars go and the 7th one decides they want to slam their brakes on and hand somebody. It's a safety issue. So I'm so thrilled about this. I talked about this at Black Knight last week, and and people come up to us afterwards and was really high on the idea of putting these signs out there. Anybody else got anything? Nobody? All right, very well. All those in favor of installing the panhandling signs as described at the location specified, say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Very well, it's approved. Thank you, council. Next up is the purchase of cameras from the opioid fund for the Beckley Police Department. Again, I'll turn it over to Mr. Gerald.
Yes, I would like to thank Chief Bailey and Lieutenant Bragg for researching these cameras. And I'm assuming that you've been working on this over 20 months, almost 20 months, to provide me with this? Okay. We currently have 23 cameras within the city of Beckley. Within those cameras, we solved 300 some cases. One of them was the hit and run the other night. So I think it's very critical that we purchase these cameras. And the reason it's critical is they are raising the prices on it, and we could save almost $60,000 by purchasing them tonight. Okay? I've looked at both quotes. Lieutenant Bragg has supplied those quotes. It's from the Omni contract, which is a government cooperative contract, so they don't have to be bid out. So we already have 23 of them, so we have to maintain those. And then I called a couple of cities, one in Bridgeport, and they already have 153. Okay? So they're on, and the good thing, like he said, we could also combine software and look at each other's cameras if we needed to at some later date. But I'm recommending that we enter into a contract and purchase the additional, there's 70 cameras at a cost of $292,000. But $77,000 will be paid from interest that we got off of these funds. Not all of it's going. Now, I suggest putting some on rails to trails. Several different areas I have recommendations to Chief Bailey for. If you're selling drugs on rails to trails, or if you're using drugs, if we see you using drugs, we will go down there and we will offer help to those people. We will offer help anywhere we see somebody. So it is an approved expenditure through the MOU from the Attorney General, and I can read it to you if you like. Right on page 1, it says to engage in enforcement to curtail the sale, distribution, promotion, or use of opioids and other drugs, to decrease the oversupply of licit and illicit opiums. So that's what we're going to utilize these cameras for, and other areas of crime. So I certainly hope you approve this, and we'll move forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gerald. May I have a motion to approve the purchase of cameras from the opioid fund for the Beckley Police Department?
So move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions for Mr. Gerald on this?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment on it. I went to the police department myself, and I was amazed, the cameras that they do have. And I can understand that sometimes you gotta take from here to do this, but I think this all leads to the fact that, you know, you got the homeless people out there, you got the drug addicts out there, and this really is a way to help solve some of the crime, because some of the things that we've seen, myself, Ms. Fifi, was amazing. And I know a lot of times when we can use that money for something else, I agree with it. But however, if this would help solve and help, now I also like to throw in that, like a lot of these abandoned houses that we would be talking about, hopefully we get some of that money to use there too, because those abandoned houses is also where people's getting beat up, cut, just different things going on. But those cameras is well needed, and I have no problem voting.
May I say something else? I forgot something.
Yeah.
This is a 10-year investment. These cameras have a 10-year software license and a 10-year warranty. If one of them breaks and it's not damaged by us, then we get a free camera, and it also starts a new warranty. So this is a 10-year investment, and the way I looked at it, I subtracted the hardware and the investment later on in life is about $100 and some per camera. So it's a 10-year investment. So you divide the 10 years into that. So I'm sorry for missing that, but I just want to let you know it's a 10-year investment instead of a 1-year investment.
Other than the rails and trails, I mean, that's
Well,
a,
we
70 cameras, is there a plan already placed?
we could place them just anywhere. I could place them, I hate to say this, I could place them in front of vape shops if I wanted. I could place them anywhere you want. Where we have robberies, if we have constant robberies like vehicles, we get those. But mostly, I want to see people safe. Every time I turn around, somebody says, "I don't feel safe walking the streets of Beckley." Well, with these cameras, you better feel safe. I'm telling you right now, because if not, we'll catch you. We'll get you.
Wendy has.
It's almost like, so that's what I want. I want people to feel safe walking their streets, going home, making sure their car ain't going to get broke into. And people's wondering, well, where's the cameras at? Well, they don't know where the cameras are. So I'm not going to tell them every place the cameras are.
Well, let me ask a question about that. I mean, nobody wants to be spied on and things like that.
That's Big Brother stuff. Everybody's been spied on.
But is it mostly reviewed like after the fact, or
Yes,
somebody
yes.
constantly? Because I think that's a huge. You don't want the people of Beckley to think that they're being spied on all day.
Let's just take the instance with the hit and run the other night. Somebody called it in. Somebody got hit and run. They went back to the cameras. They found the vehicle.
Right.
They went to the house. The person was sleeping. I'm going to be honest with. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe, but is it enough?
Want to comment? Do you all want to comment anymore?
300 some cases. I got them right here if you'd like to see them.
They've actually been used on about 335 cases as of yesterday. That was our 335th case where we've used the footage from the cameras as evidence. The case he's talking about is a case I feel confident saying after 18 years, I can tell you that's a case we would not have solved without the cameras. That's a
Wow.
hit and run. I spoke to the sister of the gentleman and told her that, and she was ecstatic that we had those cameras available to us. This started out, like he said, this has been 20 months in the making. I'm sure everybody remembers when shots were fired at Chili Night. That's actually when Chief Bailey authorized us to get a few cameras to test out in the downtown area. We were so excited about the results that we kept pushing forward, did some grant writing, got some more cameras. Since that time, we put them, they're all in public view, they're not hidden, they're on poles and, along the roadways. They all point at public areas, particularly intersections and things like that. But like the case he's talking about, it boiled down to that particular vehicle had a piece of trim missing from the passenger side door, because there's a lot of vehicles that look just like hers, but in this instance, it was a piece of trim and some 6-spokes rims is what solved that case. We were able to narrow down from searching for those types of vehicles and finding those characteristics, and we were able to get the license plate off the car. I sent the officers to her house at night. She denied that, claimed that damage was from something else, but we were able to pull the cameras from earlier in the day and show that that car had no damage earlier in the day. So it is a case, and we have used those cameras on everything, literally from homicides to motor vehicle accidents, and everything in between.
And officer safety, real-time officer safety. They were able to get on the phone with the officer in real time and give them information that they see on these. And that to me is a big thing.
We did provide access to the dispatch center, so they were able to tell officers things in real time. So if there's an incident, they can pull those up. Only live feed only, but they can pull that up and say the vehicle went this direction or the person ran this direction, things like that. And that's been a major officer safety benefit.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I just say it's all about integrity, doing the right thing at all times, because you never know who's watching.
Apparently, the city of Beckley.
Well, if we're going to promote downtown, people have to know they're safe when they go downtown. If we're going to put something in the Welcome Center building to promote tourism and the use of the trails, then the trails have to be made safe.
Work on next spring, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are.
Anybody else have anything? No? Is that it? Okay, very well. All those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, cameras are approved. Thank you, council. No executive session, so with that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Mike.